Okay, everybody, warm welcome. Welcome, CX friends. Anyway, from America, from Europe, and other people are joining the webinar. Welcome. Something about me. Ethan will introduce himself later on with the Cemantica part. I will tell something about Cemantica, something about me, Global Trust Advisor, building bridges between technology and CX. It's interactive. We have a small group. So in case you have any questions, please raise your hand. Let me know. We can raise and discuss your topic. You know the blue ocean and a red ocean. In the red ocean, there are sharks, there's blood, strong competition. In the blue ocean, there's calm water, no direct competition. I see on one hand Cemantica as a true blue ocean player, and also organization with an outstanding security, also as in the blue ocean, the same with limited competition. Later on, Ethan will guide us and take us with Cemantica. These are the topics we covered this afternoon. I have two questions, one from Kristen. Kristen is not arrived yet, I thought, yes. Kristen, how to articulate or quantify the value of CX. It's covered in the presentation. And from Faisan, also not yet best CX practices. And these topics we will come in the next sheets. So there are a lot of definitions and a lot of discussions about customer-centric business, about customer experience strategy. This anyway is my definition. In the heart, you see people are working a collaboration company-wide together, working together company-wide based on the CX strategy on one hand, and supported with tech on the other hand, and which is linked to the overall objectives. So on the next sheet, we have a look at the left side, the CX strategy, culture, the business chains. And I will have a look at short-term money, the opposite of CX, and long-term money, including journey mapping. Later on, we talk about journey management. And on the right-hand side, the IT chains. And some observations looking at CX, strategy, technology. Still, it's nowadays often hard to get CX, EX, employee experience on C-level. On one hand, I see organizations are working really hard on CX strategy, but struggling with technology. On the other hand, people working hard on technology, but struggling with CX strategy. So how can we make a balance between the business change and the IT change? And often I see, especially with CRM, it's it's not linked to the overall objectives, or it's not linked to the CX strategy. So it's getting better nowadays, but let's have a look at let's have a look with short-term money. Short-term money, I see in the past, especially for example with telecom, just the focus on acquiring new customers, and at the end, the bad customer lifetime value and high churn, low customer satisfaction, and limited engagement. Their needs, called the stone needs, from short-term focused organization, or maybe a wake-up call, with complaints, high operational cost, ineffective operation, churn, missed opportunities, and so on. And when I look at the needs from short-term organization, is on the short term, solving new issues, their complaints, high operational costs, no cross-selling, failing digitalization projects. For example, connecting silos with CRM based on the change for cross departments, or with BizDevOps or another or tribes or chapters or squads. Manage the cooperation between business and IT to establish business-driven IT projects. So I see this as the first turning business issues in solution as a first step for a long-term customer experience and employee strategy. But as I mentioned, it's getting better with the short-term money. And more nowadays, I see long-term money based on a long-term strategy and culture. As an outcome, engage staff, loyal, productive staff, engage customers. At the end, loyal returning customers and long-term financial results. The needs I see in the market, see strategy, journey mapping. At the end, we talk about journey management and service design for the future state. You see also the KANA model. The KANA model is also how we design the service. It's also something for continuous improvement, because nowadays a certain service process isn't delighter, but because of the shift of demanding customers, next year it will be satisfiers, and we have to build a new service concept. So we discuss later on about continuous improvement. What's the perception of the customer? We think we're doing right, but what's really perception of the customers? Insights and data-driven decision-making, brand profits, storytelling, very important to spread the CX word, and so on. Long-term money, I think the most of you are familiar with the CXPA framework, with the 5 pillars nowadays. In the past it were 6 pillars. Pillars: understand, experience, measure, innovate, and DNA. And depending on the context, depending on the challenge, one or in connection, start with understand or experience. And I see a lot of CX-driven organizations work with this model, and they work with the different pillars to design and implement their CX strategy. Long-term money, customer journey mapping, optimization, and benefits. Let's have a look at the benefits of journey mapping from a customer journey. And optimization of personalization, seamless transitions, reduce pain and friction. And I put the benefits in a context of the business revenue, of the business point of view, sorry. So increase revenue, system business, because of the driven by loyalty and retention. New business driven by recommendation. Better margins. I see a different organization with really strong CX strategy. They make better margins than the other organization, and cost savings, because seamless transitions reduce pain and frictions. Of course, the difference in B2C, I see quite maturity in CX, and also a customer journey B2C. B2B is much more complex because we have a buyer journey, and I see a different maturity in the B2B. A lot of discussions nowadays in B2B. B2C is more mature, and NGO or business to government often in a mix, sometimes B2C or B2B. And I put this from this point of view, from business point of view, because this is used to get C-level buy-in and provide C-level with accurate facts and figures about the business benefits. Are there questions so far? Observations so far? Everything is clear? Okay. Then we move on. Journey mapping with the double diamond. The whole process from the current state until the future state. And also an observation that people start with journey mapping, but they start with the current state and not making the next step with the future state, including a service design for the new service concepts. So the stages. Thank you, Esther. If you have any questions, please let them know in the chat. The stages: discover, define, develop, and implement. It's all about journey mapping. And later on, we will discuss making the next steps from journey mapping to journey management. As I mentioned before, on one hand, we have the strategy, we have the 6 culture, the collaboration together. And I see, as I mentioned, a lot of organizations who are working hard on 6 strategy and culture. They're struggling with technology. In my point of view, looking at B2B, business to business, we have a CRM platform for all customer-facing processes, including surveys. There are some changing servers I will discuss later on. Maybe a separate survey platform, a CX management platform, Power BI, for example, for business intelligence, and ERP systems for finance. And above the line, you see the company, the customer, with all the interactions and all the touch points we are dealing with the organization. It's a little bit a change for business to consuming, telco, retail, e-commerce. Of course, they also need a web shop. And when I look at B2C, there are mostly a lot of data. So we need also in the voice of the customer platform, large amounts of data. For example, Lumora is a platform. You can find more information on the website. And of course, the CX management platform. So in B2C, much more data, so based on e-commerce and on a VOC platform with the same concept above the line, the customer interactions and the touch points. Let's have a look at the outlook. I will start with the usual suspect. I see this usual suspect I see over the years, this year and after years. Silos, I see still, because organizations are organized in a vertical way. So there are data, process, technology, operational or goal silos. Journey management to overcome the silos. And silos thinking as a important part of the strategy. IT change, people want to move forward, want to innovate with IT. But yeah, because of the silo of IT, is IT or business. And I see organization with really good cooperation with IT, they gain much more results, much more profitability, market share, because they can innovate with technology. Lack of leadership, are we talking about management, managers or leaders? Yeah, speak the same language as the C-level about target, hit rate, profit, churn, and so on. And I see a need for the new leadership. For example, I'm working coaching leadership, which I'm working together in the Netherlands with an organization, Nonans. Another observation, yeah, also a usual suspect, there's no strategy. Is there a corporate strategy? Yeah, if the corporate strategy is not clear, where are we working on? I have some really good results with OGSM. I will come back on the next slide. And yes, we have to change, but there's no time. In green, yeah, we can help folks in C-level and on their solving their issues. And I see limited attention to customer-facing employees. And looking at COVID, there's a shift going on, shift from focus on customer experience to employee experience. And the CX culture as the game changer. OGSM. What I really like the OGSM model is the strategy of 1A4. So It forces you to make explicit choices because you have to build your strategy 1A4 objectives, the goals, the strategy, and the measures. And it's especially for a long-term approach and requires strong leadership. And it's also a mix of the KPIs and the objectives and key results. Some specific items for this year. I see more and more customers become tired of all the surveys, declining response or no response at all. So redesign the VOC program and also at the voice of the employee and the voice of the process in your VOC. Ethan will talk on later on. VOC data is not CX data, but it's business data. Continuous improvement based on VOC data. Closing the loop as a business process for improving business operation. And of course, the commoditization of digital. Make more and more standard processes digital. Adds value to customers and mounts through. And differentiate the set of digital of AI is the emotional intelligence in part of the customer journeys. And of course, it's maybe also an usual suspect, providing convenience to customers and personalize for customers. So when I summarize, the observation or question so far? Okay. When I summarize, when I look at long-term money outlook this year, a green response with journey management, and Ethan will take you. You've seen AI and customer experience. So let's have a look at journey management, including AI. Continuous improvement. Mention continuous customer journey improvement loop. You see a picture on the right-hand side. CX as a business strategy, speak the same language on C-level. How to link the business objects to journey management and redesign acting on VOC data from journey mapping to journey management. I will hand over to Ethan. I will make Ethan host.
Yes, thank you.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Just waiting for the, yeah, okay, I can share. Okay, thank you, Edwin. I'm going to my part of the presentation. I'm going to speak about managing customer journeys with Cemantica, so about journey management. And Edwin spoke about the customer experience. So the definition that we give to customer experience, that this is a business practice. It's business practice that is here to promote the customer-centric approach in order to foster loyalty. And we believe that this is leading to sustainable and profitable growth, or the long-term profit that Edwin was speaking about. If we say that loyalty is the key here, and loyalty supports the three types of customer revenue streams. One is customer acquisition, the second one is customer retention, and the third one is customer development. These three revenue streams are supported on the Cemantica platform, which I will show you in a bit. And these revenue streams are translated into the values that loyalty brings to us in the sense of improving conversion rates, so I can better acquire new customers. It's helping me reduce churn, and then I can better retain my customers, my existing install base. And it's also creating for us new opportunities for cross-sell and upsell in order to develop our customer install base. Customer experience approach as a whole is here to connect the business objective together with the customer needs and expectation in order to reduce cost and generate revenue. This is where the CX as a business practice plays. But I would say, like, while many organizations understand the concept, and Edwin said the usual suspects, the reality is that customer experience isn't really improving. If you look at all the research on the level of service that is provided to customers today around the world, you can get to a conclusion that there is no improvement, and in some cases it's getting even worse. And this is because many of the journeys are not optimized, you have organizational silos, information scattered, VOC data that is collected but not acted upon, frontline employees that are not reflecting the brand values, and there's a lot of manual work that's required to feed systems if you want to gain some insights. This is why we've created the journey management cycle. And the journey management cycle speaks about a repetitive cycle. That would be the difference between a journey mapping exercise, which would usually be a one-off, and a journey management approach, which is a continuous improvement cycle of customer experience, starting with building persona profiles, then mapping their journeys, identifying opportunities for improvement, ideating solutions to solve the business problems, prioritizing them, executing, measuring, and then refining the cycle all over again. At the heart of the journey management cycle, we have something that we call a customer experience program that is supposed to assemble all the pieces of the CX work in your organization into one container and create the links between all the different practices that are required in order to provide positive customer experience and an improvement cycle. In the middle, we also have business and customer data that are infusing this cycle. So the decisions that we're making are based on data, and the voice of the customer, the feedback of customers is surfaced on the customer journeys. This is the idea of Cemantica as a platform, continuous improvement cycle with a journey management approach. Our mission as a company is to build the most powerful AI-driven CX business application that seamlessly collects, analyzes, and acts upon customer feedback. Our objective is to optimize customer journeys on one hand, meaning improving customer experience, and on the other hand, in parallel, also producing business value. The main theme for 2024 for us is going to be around artificial intelligence. Things like building journeys from feedback data automatically, creating and enriching persona profile, extracting insights from data of the customer journeys automatically, ideating solution that the system will propose solution to fix experience issues, and many more things that are in the same lines. So AI, artificial intelligence in the journey management space is going to infuse all the maps that are created by providing all these smart conclusions and recommendation, a sort of a digital CX assistant that will help organizations take better decisions in order to personalize the experience and optimize the customer journey. I want to show you some examples of the platform of how the journey governance cycle works in Cemantica. I will show you customer journey map, how we prioritize opportunities, ideate solution, a bit about the data infusion into the map, and then of course I will be more than happy to take any question you might have. So this is the Cemantica Journey Management Platform, and we have here on the left side all the different entities that compose the governance cycle, from building a customer experience program, which is the heart of it, and then gravitating around the personas, journeys, opportunities, solution, the execution with actions and projects, and of course there is the reporting and measurement part that is helping us then refine the cycle all over again. If we take an example of a customer journey in Cemantica, that's an example of a journey. We have here on the top left side, we have the personas. These are the segments that we are mapping the journey for. In a journey, we could have different segments, more than one, that are sharing the same experience, but they might have a different approach or a different sentiment in the same customer journey. The framework of a journey is here with all the storyline of what is the customer doing. The way we build the journeys in Cemantica, we start from building a high-level journey, and then we go down in the details, we drill down. So zooming in the different stages of the journey in order to create level 0, level 1, level 2. We usually satisfy with 3 levels of journeys that are creating a hierarchy. So at the end of the day, think of Cemantica as your journey atlas. This is where all the portfolio of your customer journeys and the hierarchy between them is represented. And you can see it as a tree of customer journeys. So we can navigate in this tree in order to comprehend the experience of your customers in the different segments. If we scroll down, this is the area where we're mapping all the different touch points that the personas are using to interact with the organization. Each one of these persona has an experience. One of the things we do in Cemantica is we try to put one next to the other, both the organization perception as well as the customer perception of the experience. The left one is what do frontline employees or the organization as a whole think the experience of the customer is. And on the right hand, we'll have the voice of the customer. This is the customer feedback that is coming from voice of the customer tools, survey tools, journey orchestration platforms like Qualtrics, Medallia, SurveyMonkey, Marketo, any other type, your CRM, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, everything can be pulled into Cemantica and then aggregated together and then presented one next to the other. We are presenting both of them because we would like to compare the organization perception and the customer perception to see if there are any gaps between these two approaches, as well as to complete each other. Voice of the customer can sometimes be insignificant, sometimes it's lacking on a specific touch point, and sometimes it's just biased. This is why it's good to have both of them in order to get conclusion. On each one of these touch points, we are then analyzing the touch points and we are extracting from them the gain points, the pain points, and the insights. So for example, if I'm looking here, I have here a list of all the different pain points that have been collected from the analysis of all the touch points where the personas were interacting with. So that gives me a view of everything that doesn't work well in my customer journey. And based on that, I can then extract and conclude different opportunities in order to improve the experience of customers. So this is how it looks like on a map. This is what we call a sentiment map. And this shows us the sentiment level of the persona, the average one on every stage of the customer journey, comparing the organization perception to the feedback collected from customers through surveys, focus groups, and any other means that you're using in order to collect feedback. In the areas where I have gaps between the two, this is where I'm going to research to try to understand. Usually the truth, I would say, is somewhere in the middle, is the combination of this feedback and that feedback. There is also a swimmer that's concentrating all the feedback. It's feedback that you've collected from all the sources that is showing you the average perception of your customers on every touch point. We said that after we do the exercise, we come up with a list of opportunities. But another thing we're doing, we are also mapping the business KPIs that we are going to measure just to identify if we are successful or not in our customer journey. So Cemantica allows you to map all the business KPI on every stage of the customer journey. For example, I can map here the number of deals that I've signed, the earn new customers, customer lifetime value, customer satisfaction, earn growth rate, churn rate, conversion rate, anything. I can put here any metric. And for each one of these metrics, I can put the actual and I can put the goal. This gives me an indication in this specific customer journey. In the purchase stage, I am anticipating as a goal to reach 80 new customers, while for the moment I have 35. So the system can show me where am I in the achievement of my goals in this specific customer journey. The aggregation of all the business KPIs gives me a financial impact. You see that every business KPI where I have data, I can translate it into money value. Why is this important for us? Because customer experience is a business practice. If I want to know what is the value of this journey, then I need to translate the business KPIs that I am improving in this journey into something that I can quantify in money. And this is very telling when you go to talk to senior management, for example, then you're able to prove your work with numbers. One of the challenges in customer experience is how do you show ROI on your initiatives? How is your CEO that needs to finance the program? Why should they continue and put money in? And this is a way to show them how, translating business KPIs into financial impacts and tying them into the customer journey, which is showing how the CX initiatives are improving business performance. We said that the outcome of the different customer journeys are opportunities, but when you are working with Cemantica and you're mapping your journeys, you don't have just one journey. You can have multiple journeys. Every journey can include between 20 to 60 opportunities. You can end up with hundreds of opportunities. You need to prioritize these opportunities before you can continue to the execution funnel. So if we look at the list of opportunities, then we have here many opportunities that were collected from all the different customer journeys, and I can scroll them and see everything that I have in my inventory. One of the first prioritization that we're doing is trying to give to every opportunity a customer value and a business value. This already gives me a first indication if this opportunity is something I should continue and progress with to learn more about it, to dig in, or maybe this is something I should already drop before I consider it because it's not bringing customer value or business value. So you see, we're trying to balance and say that a customer experience initiative that we're going to execute is something that will bring value both for the customer and for the business, and then it justifies doing it. We're also saying for every opportunity, if this is a quick win, then it will give this priority. And if it's related to a moment of truth in the journey, a moment that matters, then definitely that can also give a priority to this type of opportunity. Once I have finished ranking my different opportunities, I can then choose the ones that are bringing the highest value for customers and for the business and transform them into a list of solutions. Solutions are the concrete things I'm going to implement in order to see an impact. So an opportunity is an idea, and a solution is already the concrete things I want to put in place. Every solution has a ranking mechanism. So if I click on one of the solutions, I can have a description of what am I going to implement. For example, I want to automate the renewal process if I'm a software company, and I have here all the description of what I'm going to do. I also have the possibility in the system to rate each one of these solutions in order to see what are the benefits it's going to bring to the business and the customer. And on the other hand, I always have to measure what is the cost and effort of implementation of the solution, because that can impact my decision if I want to go for it. For example, if this solution is going to take 2 years to put in place, then I might consider not doing it. The system provides an automatic ranking mechanism, and then it will classify the solution into one of 4 categories. This is how it looks like on a visual chart. This is the solution cost-benefit analysis chart that is showing you the different solution, classifying the ones that bring high value and low effort as quick wins, and the ones that are high effort but low value as projects or solutions that you should avoid. Everything that is here is something that you shouldn't go for. And here, these are things you can consider because that brings high value but also high effort behind. And this one is easy to implement but brings low value. So in the order of implementation, you would start with the ones that are quick wins, and then you will choose from the ones that are nice to have and ones that are complex, and these one will be stayed aside. The list of solutions that you have decided to implement will then be transformed into projects and actions. Projects are the concrete things you are doing. Here at Cemantica, what we do with each one of the projects, we are estimating the financial impact that the project is going to have on the business. The project is regrouping all the different opportunities, solutions, journeys that I have collected together and assembled into one project that I'm executing with different stakeholders. One of the benefits here is that I can indicate for a project what's the target of the project and what are the business KPIs that are going to impact it as an outcome of the execution of this project. And the system automatically calculates for me how much revenue I'm financially impact, because it's both revenue generation and cost reduction that are going to be the outcome of this project execution. And this is how we close the loop. So you start with the journeys that you have mapped, and you end up with a list of projects that are creating a financial impact on the organization. This is how then you can improve the ROI on your customer experience by telling that these 6 initiatives have generated X amount of money. So this is the journey governance cycle. The last piece of the cycle are reports, and I'm going to show you examples of all kinds of analytics reports. These are different types of analytics of the journey that is taking the information from all the different customer journeys that were recorded in the system. So this is an example of BI reports, but they can be done in different tools. And then what you can see here is the sentiment analysis of all the voice of the customer that was integrated in Cemantica, that's analyzed with AI mechanisms and providing a sentiment score per touch point, per stage of the customer journey, a sentiment over time, a comparison of personas of the organization perception and the customer perception. We also have the ability to slice and dice the information based on geolocalization. So I can see all the information on a map and then compare the sentiment based on regions, on countries of the world, can zoom in, zoom out to see where this sentiment is coming from. The system also analyzes the business drivers coming from the VOC data and highlighting words that are frequently used by customers, something that can be even filtered based on sentiment. We have many types of different reports, and the last one I'll show you is the ROI analysis, which is trying to give us a brief snapshot of the financial impact of each one of the initiatives that I am running in the system, as well as the business KPIs and the percentage of achievement. So this is how we do the connection between customer experience matrix that are an outcome of the journey process and the business KPIs, linking the two worlds together. So that was the brief on the journey management part. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, Ronald has a question.
Please.
Ronald, can you address your question?
Yeah, sure, Edwin, thanks. Ethan, nice tool, very insightful. I was wondering where would you, or when, or how would you enter or calculate the cost of the solution? Maybe I missed that part, or...
You mean how do we do the cost part of the RI? So today I showed only the revenue part, how we do the revenue. Today the cost attribution is done outside of the system, the cost affection, but it's something that is planned in our roadmap also to attribute cost. But we would like to do it with integration to ERP systems and to do something more automatic linked to the project. So it's something coming.
All right, thanks.
Other questions? Maybe what you've noticed, it is also on PowerUp's Microsoft platform. So you can also integrate with your BI, Power BI, for your total reporting, including CX and journey management reporting. Also very interesting.
Yeah, we have more than 70 connectors to different systems. We connect also to project management and task management tools like Jira, Monday.com, Asana, Trello. We connect to CRM systems, Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, and also to journey orchestration and insights platforms like Qualtrics, Medallia, survey tools like SurveyMonkey, and many insights platforms that exist out there on the market. So we believe that the integration is part of what's necessary in journey management cycles. So you don't need to go out to different areas. You can just focus on everything in one system. So we're integrating the operational data. When I show the KPI swim lane, it's coming from operational systems. So you can feed the system with data from your CRM, for example, on conversion rates, on acquisitions, etc.
Okay. Klaas, you're working on a daily basis on customer journeys. What are your findings? You have questions?
Yes, I was just curious in general. I think what triggered me the last thing Ethan said about the integration with other programs also. It might be interesting that if you got your insights that you can integrate it, for example, with Jira to put it on the one. It's about the systems, but it's also about influencing the people within the organization, I guess. It's observation.
Yeah, you're right, Klaas. And I think that the customer experience is a culture. So there is a cultural change and shift that needs to happen as part of implementing a CX approach. And one of the ways to do it is to get this habitude of people of working around journey management platform, being part of the process of improving the experience. And the way to do that is to reach to the systems where they work on a daily basis, so they don't need also to use another platform. So in our connectors with Jira, for example, we're sending all the actions from Cemantica to Jira. And once the task is closed in Jira, it closes the task in Cemantica. So you can always have a view, a real-time view in Cemantica of the execution.
You, Klaas? Alexander, findings, questions? Or Diane?
Nope, all good. Thank you.
Thank you. And how do I pronounce it right? Olja? Olja, do you have any questions? Findings?
Yeah. Hello. I would have actually one question. How about supported languages for CX feedback analysis?
So we support 19 languages, all European, most of European languages are in. So if it
Yes.
should cover that.
Yeah, you know why I'm asking that, because in my previous experience, when it comes to languages such as my native language, for example, Serbian, there's a bit of mess, let's say, with the AI analysis, meaning that Serbian is very often confused with other languages such as Croatian, Bosnian, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And when it comes to analysis managed by AI systems, it's we can't be sure, let's say, even 90% that we know what is really measured. That's why I'm asking if there are some improvements maybe in that field.
It's a good point, I think. First of all, there is no magic here. And while AI systems have improved significantly, it's still language and expressions and slang remain a topic which is a challenge for AI. This is why in Cemantica we integrate both the voice of the employee and the voice of the customer, because employees can give an additional view of the sentiment or their view of what is the experience of the customer, and we can combine it with the automatic analysis of the sentiment. Another thing we do in the case where the local language isn't well analyzed by the global tools, sometimes there are local tools, for Serbian that exist in Serbia that can do a better analysis, and we connected them to the platform. So we don't use our generic AI mechanism, we use a local sentiment analysis engine that does the job better, if this is necessary.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Good question. And Rick, I notice you enjoy a little bit later. Do we have questions or findings?
Thank you. No, I think yes, I couldn't manage to join earlier, so I hope that you can send us a recording.
Yep.
Or have access to the recording.
Yes, I will send later on.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Cedric? Questions, findings? Or is mute or no questions from Cedric? Okay, we're approaching the end of the webinar. And thank you very much for joining the webinar. Thank you very much, Cemantica and Ethan, for your wonderful presentation. If you're interested in the platform, yes, please let me know. We can start, for example, with a free trial, or we can start with an interactive demo, what you prefer. Just please let me know if you're interested in the platform, and I will send the recording to everybody. So thank you everybody for your participation in this webinar.
Thank you.
And success everybody with the declining CX trend. It's a really it's a really pity, Ethan. Thank you. So final words, Ethan, on your side.
Thank you very much. Good luck with 2024. I'm sure we will meet somewhere. So, thank you for participating.
Yes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And it's done.
Yes, Ethan, can you close the recording because you are the host right now?
Oh, now I'm the host. Let me make you a host now.
You are the host.
Now you are the host, Edwin.
Not yet.
Now, yes.